Hi all. Let us now look in detail how attrition analysis is done. So before doing the attrition analysis, it is important for us to understand what is attrition rate, when and why do we need it. So what is attrition? So attrition is the departure of employees from the organization for any reason for that matter. It could be voluntary or involuntary. So what is involuntary reason? An employee exiting because of better opportunity, better pay, role, higher education, and any other reasons. So what is involuntary reason? Involuntary is where the associate is exiting due to performance issue or due to any other reasons of termination by the employer. So how do we actually calculate the attrition? So attrition is usually calculated in terms of rate. So attrition rate is the rate at which people leave the organization. And how do we calculate it? It is the number of employees left by average of employees over a period of time. As now we understand what is attrition and attrition rate, it is important for us to understand when and why do we need it. So, for any organization, it is important to understand what is the attrition rate of that particular year or till date in a year. So, it is the HR's responsibility to keep a track of the attrition and understand the trends and be ready with the inferences and action plan. Anytime any business leader can approach the HR to understand the attrition rate of their business unit and to understand what are the inferences or the trends that are seen in terms of attrition. Because the trends and the analysis will help the business leader and the organization leaders, including the HR, to come up with a detailed action plan to curb the attrition. So now let us look at how attrition analysis is done. So when we say analysis, what are we analyzing? We are analyzing data. As now we all live in the era of data, we have a lot of data that is there available to us. But for analyzing, do we need all the data? Really not, right? But it is important for us to understand what is the data that we have to need for this analysis. Every organization has a repository of the associates database. From the time of the joining till the last working date or the exit of that employee, the data is saved in the organization database. Usually it is referred as Human Capital Management, HCM, and it may differ from organization to organization how they name it. So for doing this analysis, it is equally important for us to understand the data and to choose what data that we are going to look at to analyze. So before doing the analysis, it is equally important for the HR to understand the organizational hierarchy and dynamics. So now, as you see on the screen, we have a set of data that is there available. So this is something that is already there in the database, but these are the fields that we are looking into to do the analysis. So usually what is it that we would need? The name of the employee as per database, which is HCM. The next would be the hire date. Hire date is the date when they are hired into the organization as per HCM. The resignation date. Resignation date is the date where the employee expressed his or her willingness to move out of the organization. Based on the organization's policy of the notice period, whether it could be 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months, the last working date will be decided. Again, usually a last working date will not be considered on a holiday or the weekend. So it is ideally the last working day before the weekend or holiday in case if it is. And the next is primary termination reason. So this is the primary reason which has actually triggered the associate to move out. And the next one is business unit. So business unit is the business line where the employee is working under. So every organization has its own hierarchy and structure. So the business unit is something like healthcare, BFS, quality assurance, and other business units. The job title is the title or the designation as per HCM on their last working day. So this is where it is important for the HR to understand the hierarchy as well of that organization. So usually at entry level, we may have programmers or programmer analysts, and at mid-level, associate, senior associate, followed by managerial level, which is manager, senior manager, and then the top level, which is director and above. So these are the titles that are there, and these differ from organization to organization. So grade is again as per HCM, which is in line towards the job title. So the next thing that we would look into is the location. So the location where the organization office premises are located. And here we are looking at pan-India locations of this particular organization. The next comes the rating. What is rating? Every organization has its own performance management model, where at the year end, there would be an appraisal that would be done based on the associate's performance for that complete year. Few follow an year-end appraisal, few follow a quarterly or a half-yearly appraisal model. So based on the organization, it is again important for us to choose the rating for doing this analysis. So again, here we see as 1, 2, 3, and 4, and N. So what is 1? 1 is the top performer, 2 is again a good performer, but can do better. Followed by 3 is where they need improvement. And NA is usually employees who were not rated due to other reasons, like where they would have joined very recently or on long leave or other reasons. So again, not going more in detail of performance management system, but you can just collate the data pertaining to the rating that the associate received last before their exit. What is tenure? So their tenure in the organization, the tenure that they have spent. So how do we calculate it? It is nothing but the last working day minus higher day by 365 gives you the tenure that we have spent, like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or so on in the organization. The next field is tenure range. So based on the tenure that we see here, 2 years, 2.3 years, 4 years, 4.6 years, we have given a range to it. Something between 1 to 3, 3 to 5, 5 to 10, and above 10 as such. The last detail that we are recording in this analysis is on the gender. Is a male or a female? So why exactly are we doing needing only this data? As in today's analysis, we are going to look at different trends pertaining to the business unit, pertaining to the grade, reasons, and see where we are losing our associates or talent. So now, as we have seen how to put the data, what data that we would need, let us see how analysis is done. So here, so the similar data that we have collected in attrition field, we are going to arrange them in such a fashion that will help us to understand the data more in detail. So how do we do that? Firstly, we are going to record the head count of that particular year. How do we record it? In terms of opening and closing head counts. Why do we record the opening and closing head count? Because we need average head count as well to calculate the attrition. So on a particular month, in case if we are considering Jan, 1st of Jan, what would be the total number of employees? The number would be considered as opening head count. What is closing head count? Similar to the opening head count. On 31st of January, whatever is the number of associates that are there in that organization active will be considered as closing headcount. So always remember, the closing headcount of a particular month will be the opening headcount of the following month. Simple, isn't it? Similarly, we will be recording for all the months. So then we are going to simply put a formula just to calculate the average headcount of a particular month. So it is very easy. We are going to put the average formula and take the average for all the months. Now, we are going to see the location-wise attrition rate. How is it? So in the month of January, we see like we have 2 attrition. That is 2 employees exited the organization. But from which locations are they from? One from Hyderabad and another one from Bangalore. So that the total is 2. Similarly, we are going to record the attrition for rest all the months. As we have initially discussed, what is attrition rate? So month on month is nothing but that gives you the attrition rate. It is again simple. The formula goes for the attrition rate like this. The number of employees left by average of the employees over a period of time. So since we are doing this for January, we are going to put the formula like this. It is 2 by average headcount, which is 111, which gives us a number. Again, whenever we are doing an analysis, it is important to represent the data in terms of percentage. So it is nothing but 2%. Similarly, we are going to calculate for rest all months. What is YTD? YTD is year to date. To see what is the attrition rate till date in a particular year. How do we calculate it? It is nothing but total attrition by average headcount into 12 by current month. So in case if we are doing for the month of January, it would be total attrition by average headcount into 12 by 1. Similarly, in case if we are doing for the month of October, it would be total attrition till date, till that month, my average headcount again till that month into 12 by 10. So for the year 2019, the total attrition we had is 30. Average headcount is 134. And here it is. It is 22.5%. So how do we see whenever in case if a business leader asks us what is the attrition rate, we are going to see the attrition rate is 22.5% for the year 2019. In case if we are doing for a particular year till September, then take the average till that month, calculate the attrition once again YTD as in this formula and just get the numbers. Now, as now we have seen how to do the MOM, YTD and the attrition. Now we also know that it is easy based on the formula, but it is equally important for us as in an HR to see the trends. So what is trend? So where exactly are we losing the talent or employees? See, let us now look in detail in terms of reasons wise. So how do we get this data again? Do we manually go back, select the reason as better pay and look at the reasons? No, definitely not. We are going to put a pivot table here, something similar like this. So let me take the primary reason. Okay, I'm putting this in a rows table and I've kept the name of the employee in the value tag where the count will be shown. Once I put that in the pivot table, I clearly see the data here. So the total number of employees exited till date is 50 and the employees who exited for better opportunity are 11, followed by better pay as 21 and other reasons as we can see on the screen. So we are going to just copy them and paste them here for our analysis. Now, as we have seen the numbers, as we have discussed earlier as well, it is important for us to show the numbers in percentages. So it is nothing but for better opportunity, what is the percentage? It is 11 by 50, which arrives at 22%. Similarly, we are going to calculate or see the trends in terms of tenure, grade, and rating as well. See, it is simple. I just put the grade here and I can see the trend. So I'll just copy paste. Similarly, I will look at rating. I will see the percentages very well, very easily reflecting for me. So similarly for tenure range. Once I have this, I will have them pasted here and see the numbers. How do they look like? So in case of 1 to 3 years, I see 31 employees exiting. The percentage is 62, which is very high. So out of tenure, it is 1 to 3 years contributing more towards attrition. In terms of rating, I see, mid-level, which is second rating performers are exiting more, followed by a grade. We can see that, something at mid-grade, which is again, 50% of the associates are exiting from mid-level, that is A and associate and senior associate. Now, since now we have seen the data as well, let us see the trends. So what is trends? So once we have the data, whatever that we have collated till now in a pictorial format, it will be easier for us to understand where are we losing the time. See, here is the attrition trend. Once we put this entire data into pictorial form, we clearly see that attrition has shooted up in the month of August. So we have to understand, why did we lose a lot of talent in August? Was there an appraisal that happened just before the cycle because of which the associates left? Or what we can do is again looking detail in terms of filtering the month, the last working date of August, and see the primary reasons, like where exactly or what was the reason for the exits. Now we have seen the attrition analysis, how we record it. The next important thing is to get to the inferences. So what is inferences? What exactly are we understanding from the data is what the inferences call out. So whenever a business leader asks us what is the attrition and what are the reasons for attrition, we do not usually share this sort of an Excel file asking, showing them, these are the associates we left or this is the trend or something. Simply, we will give them a overall view in terms of a presentation. So here are the top inferences. We usually share the overall attrition that stands at 22.5%. And then we will call out the highest attrition is observed in the month of August followed by September. See, very well we have discussed and we did observe this. So then we are going to say 62% of attrition is from 1 to 3 years tenure. Yes, in the trends, we can clearly see. Once we have put all the other tables as well in a pictorial form, see, reason wise, where are we losing? It is primarily for better pay or better compensation followed by better opportunity. Tenure wise, it is 1 to 3 years again. Grade wise, it is again at PA and A grades. Rating wise, most of the attrition is at mid performers. So similarly, we are going to record the same here. When we are saying better pay and better opportunity contributed 64%, it is important for us to go a little more deeper into analyzing the data. So how are we going to do that? We are going to see what is the percentage of hike that they are receiving. Is there a similar trend that a set of associates moving into a similar organization or a same organization? So exactly. So we are going to analyze those sort of points and we are going to mark them. 36% of attrition is due to higher education, health, and relocation reasons. So is there something that we really call out in terms of action plan here? No, we cannot literally stop someone going for higher education or health reasons or relocation. So this attrition is something that is still fine where we cannot push more in action plan. But in terms of relocation, in case if they're moving into a place where our office premises is located, maybe we can look for a relocation and try to retain the associates. 20% of attrition is by top performers. When we say top performers, it is rating 1. So out of 10, 6 associates or 6 employees are moving for better pay again. Again, we see there is a trend of Better compensation being a primary and a strong reason for attrition. So is there something that we can look into? No, not every time that we can look into compensation as a barrier to compensate them with the offer that they hold. It is important for us to see in case if there is something that we can do at organizational level to make our employees stick to the organization. And the next, as we saw, it is mid-level, that is PA and A contributed more of the attrition. So this slide, in one slide, we are giving an entire overview to a business leader in terms of the attrition. And we are going to show these graphs so that it is more impressive and more in detail for anyone to understand how the trends look like. So as now we understand what is attrition, when do we do it, why do we need it, and how data is all aligned and understanding, and we are arrived at the inferences. Now it is the HR responsibility to discuss with respect to business leaders on the action plan. In case if there is lack of engagement of the high performers or employees in a different group, maybe the HR and the business collectively can ensure there is a good action plan to curb the attrition. So lastly, let us quickly see what is the attrition analysis steps in short. So first thing, extracting the data from the HCM, both active associates count as well as the termination list. Yes, HCM holds all the data. All that we need to do is like pull the respective data and arrange in a fashion that will be helpful for us to analyze the details. Again, based on the plan of how you want to look at the data, the demographics, how you want to represent the data is where you're going to choose something like rating, gender, business unit, which business unit are we losing, or the reason wise attrition, rating wise, and so on. And the next step is observe and arrange the data in a fashion that will be helpful for analysis. Yes, as we just discussed, we are going to put all the data in such a fashion where it will be easier for us to extract the details in a fashion to represent. And the next step is update the attrition table with all the required fields. Yes, as we have seen in the Excel file, we are going to have this very much ready so that it is just for our action is like put the numbers and immediately as the formulas are there, I can clearly see the change. Imagine if I'm putting here as 1, the total automatically changes to 3 and I see a change over here. In case if I'm marking this as 2, as the table is very much ready, I just the data immediately changes and gives the number. So it is a one-time thing for the HR as well. Put the tables ready in such a fashion as you enter the details, the attrition rate is very much seen. Then calculate the attrition of the month and record it in the table. Yes, like here, maybe you can still follow a small table put there for your quick reference to calculate the attrition for any month that you are calculating. Various pivot demographic analysis and record it in the table. Yes, as we have seen, the various demographics like reasons, tenure, business unit, grade, or rating. So that is something which is important for us to put a pivot and record the tables. And then analyze the trends and create the inferences and action plan. Here it is. Isn't this interesting and easy? Yes, it is, right? Thank you.